Hello, Georgetown. I'm Beverly Enos, and you're watching Spotlight Georgetown. You can find us Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. If you would like to be on the show, please get in touch and let me know. If you'd like to come down and learn how to use the equipment, they've got some great toys down here. So if you want to come down and learn how to run a camera or do some editing, you're always welcome. Now, today we're talking to Mike Conley from a new place in Georgetown called UddDevine. So it's an ice cream, you have a homemade ice cream parlor and chocolate shop.
Yes, it's not homemade, but...
Hometown
Yep.
Ice cream parlor and chocolate shop.
Yep.
And you are in the building next to the Georgetown Bank.
Yes, we are.
So you're right there. Now you actually have two shops.
We took two spaces side by side, and they're open inside between the two. The one closest to the bank is a full chocolate shop, and the one next to that, connected to that, is the ice cream parlor.
And when I walked in, I was thinking it was going to be like, go get an ice cream at one of the outside stands. It's not. It's an ice cream parlor. With the little caps on the guys behind the counter, and just like a really old-fashioned ice cream parlor.
Right. That's kind of what we're going for. It was the old school look with the white hats and red bow ties, and
yeah, it's really cute.
That kind of thing.
Now, you're not from Georgetown. You're from...
No, we're from Wakefield.
Okay.
I'm from Danvers originally. My wife is from Wakefield originally. We've been down there 30 years now.
And Ellen doesn't want to come on
No,
scene
she'd rather be down the shop.
Okay, what's your background for food service?
Well, we actually own the Groveland Diner, as well as UddDevine that we just opened here in Georgetown.
And the diner is actually right next to where they're building the new bridge.
Yes, right
on
at
that corner.
the new bridge in Groveland. We've been there about 4.5 years. I actually grew up in the diner business. My folks owned a 24-hour diner down in Danvers, Mass, up on Route 1 years ago. So I grew up there in the 60s, early 70s. They were open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We closed on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that was it. So I've spent most of my life in food service in one way or another.
Now, did you go to school for part of it, or?
No, just worked in it.
Just grew up with it?
Figured it out on the fly.
Why an ice cream and chocolate shop?
Well, we wanted to. We originally started scouting places to do a dinner restaurant, believe it or not. And then as we get into the process, we just kind of simplified things and narrowed it down. And we thought, well, ice cream would be a lot of fun, particularly to do something inside, have inside seating for it. And then the chocolate kind of came along to support the ice cream in the off season, because from a business perspective, the seasons run opposite each other.
True.
So that was our thinking there.
And why Georgetown?
Because we were looking for a small, homey New England town. Massachusetts per capita eats more ice cream than anybody else in the country.
Really?
Yeah. It's a real New England thing. So we wanted that kind of space, and the space in Georgetown became available at the very last minute. We were close to signing something in Haverhill and got a phone call about the property here in Georgetown. And if we went down our checklist of what we wanted, this place has got everything we were looking for. So it was,
because you can just park right out front.
Yeah, I mean, it's just awesome. It's an old space. It's a great community. It's downtown. It's just perfect from our perspective.
Yeah.
So
when you came into Georgetown, did you think it was going to be as big a hit as it seems to have been?
No, we're doing somewhat better than my business plan.
I remember growing up here, and we had to go through the woods to get downtown, and we'd go downtown with our quarter and get an ice cream.
Right.
And we always, Currier's was there, and that's where everybody was. And after basketball games, baseball games, things like that, the teams, the little leaguers would all get taken out for an ice cream.
Right.
So it's a very historical type of thing.
Yeah.
The ice cream.
Yeah. I think, speaking back to why Georgetown, I think that speaks to that. It's that New England. I mean, every town, I think, every small town in New England had that at some point in its development. You know what I mean? So we were trying to kind of harken back to that with this concept.
Now, who decided on the decor inside? It's really cute.
You know, I get asked that a lot because people ask me that about the diner as well, because it's similar, retro, if you will, without being kitschy. But neither one of us, my wife or I, really decide on it. We just did it. It just happened.
Kind of
The two of us start, and there's never any, discourse or what are we going to do. This is what we're doing, and it comes together.
Now, you sell things other than ice cream in the ice cream shop.
Yeah, we've got penny candy for the kids.
Yep.
Well, for any age kid, come in and get their penny candy as well. We also do smoothies and lemonades and flavored drinks, espresso, cappuccino, regular coffees, some whoopie pies, some scones, that sort of thing in the ice cream part.
Okay, so it's more than just an ice cream store.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we've got some tables inside, so you can sit and have a quick cup of coffee or whatever.
And there's tables outside.
Some tables outside on the sidewalk as well, so
Yeah.
you can relax outside, have an ice cream cone.
Yeah, or a cappuccino.
Or a cappuccino, or in my case, a double espresso.
Yeah, you never know what. Well, and that will also go through the winter. Just
Yes,
like the chocolates.
we'll be open year round, yeah. Yeah.
What are your hours?
We're open currently from 11 in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening, 7 days a week.
Okay, yeah, nobody's going to have ice cream for breakfast.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
And we may adjust that going into the fall and the winter,
Now, you sell Gifford's ice cream. Why Gifford's?
We do. Well, we spent, once we decided to do this, we spent about 8 months looking into what products we would carry, because we really, our statement, if you will, is to offer great food, great service, and great value. So we wanted a really good product in all of the product sets that we carry. So we researched some ice creams, and we visited with the Giffords up in Skowhegan, Maine, and toured their plant and saw their process and how they make everything, and we decided on them. They've been doing the dairy business since 1947. It's still family owned. Great family.
That same small town
wonderful
feeling.
people. Yeah, just really nice. So for us, it was a perfect fit, and the ice cream's really good.
Now, when I went in, I had a cappuccino. I didn't have ice cream. What's the other product that you have?
Oh, the
Italian-
gelato, yes.
Gelato. I felt like I was back in Rome.
Yeah.
It was delicious. I'm not an ice cream person.
Right.
I'm going to have to worry about the gelato.
Well, it's the same thing with the gelato. We researched that. We sampled a number of gelatos, and then we went to this gentleman's place in Malden. He's from Argentina, makes very small batch gelato, all fresh. Doesn't actually make it until I call and place the order for it. We met with him, and we met his family and sampled his product and toured his facility and decided that he had the best.
What's the difference between ice cream and gelato?
The ice cream, typically a premium ice cream, contains about 14% butterfat.
Okay.
And it's made in a different fashion than the gelato. The gelato is typically made with a skim milk. It's a slower churn, and it ends up being 4 to 6% butterfat. But people quite often will tell you that the gelato tastes very creamy.
Yeah.
When in fact it's not creamy, it's smoother than ice cream. But
okay.
your taste buds tend to confuse creamy and smooth.
Okay.
So it's actually much lower in butterfat, but much smoother in texture.
Lower in calories.
Yeah,
therefore.
lower in calories. Yeah. So it's
That's good news.
basically it's a health food, and you should eat it daily.
Promote your product. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
Now, what has been the most fun, the best part of opening this shop?
The kids, I think. The kids, both the youngsters that we've got working for us, they really took off with the hats and the bow tie thing, and they really get a kick out of being an old soda jerk, so
Yeah.
to speak. They really enjoy it. And then the little kids that come in. We were hoping to create an experience that would help the little kids create memories for them as they get older, going to and getting the ice cream and buying their 50 cents worth of penny candy and that type of thing. So that's been the most rewarding part.
Yeah, it's really a cool place.
Yeah, we're having a ball.
Yeah, and the day that I was in, it was full of balloons and people and.
Yeah, we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I want to thank you very much for coming in and telling us about your shop.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Utterly Divine. A great place to go for ice cream, gelato, coffee, whatever you want. So this is Spotlight Georgetown. I'm Beverly Enos. You can find us Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Bye for now.